We say what they can't radio.
Oh man, I know the public like, damn, where the ball been? It's Streets want to know we back in the building. Of course, you already know what it is. You know what it is. Happy New Year 2022. Wow. I ain't got my sound effects here with me because you know what it is. You know, I bring the sound effects. I'm that guy, of course. It's your boy, Dustradamus, the Smitto. You know what it is. You see me out here. I'm moving and shaking. New business deals, new business. My woman is back. You know, nigga doing good. Shout out to my cousin Johan. You know what I'm saying? We in the business of working out some partnerships for distribution. You know, we only want to talk bag talk. So you know what it is. We live, y'all. You know, I appreciate all the love and support. I even appreciate the ones that still hating. You know, it's all a part of what this thing is. I got a guest in the building today. This guy right here. I've been seeing him work for some years, so you know I definitely had to get him in here and see how he's making his transition from where I know he was before to where he at now. So we gonna do some things, man. If Streets want to know, we in the building only on We Say What They Can't. The build is paid. Shout out to the CEOs of the CEOs, of course, all of them. You know what I'm saying? Everybody behind the scenes that's doing their thing. Shout out to Taz in the building, of course. I already said it. Taz work my shows. It's nothing personal. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing personal. You know? I only want to do it how I do it. You know, it's a lot going on out here. It's a lot going on out here. You know, Brady retiring. We still dealing with the fuckery from the gov. You know? What are we talking about? I see niggas running around in Foot Locker, nutting in sneakers. It's real shit going on out here. Like, I mean, you know, it is what it is, man. We in the building. Shout out to the Takers. Youngest CEO, of course, Meezy the Dawn. Lil Mid Easy. Takers album coming soon. We in the studio working. If you on my IG, Dustradamus _ at SWK. My last page was hacked by a fucking hater. Told you, man, I can't keep the haters off me. I need hater repellent. For real. Shout out to G's Vanity. You know what I'm saying? Best healthcare, skincare you can get in Brooklyn. Google that, G's Vanity on IG at G's Vanity. If you tell them Dustradamus sent you, you get a 10% discount if you use my promo code. See that? Nigga got his own promo code. You see what I'm saying? Shit looking nice out here. I can walk around and tell people I got my own promo code. I don't care what your nationality is. You come see me, I get your skin right for your bar mitzvahs. You know, you might have a gender reveal. You know, a little wedding reception. You know, we could get you right. Yeah, it's a fact. Yeah. Twinkle toes when you come down the aisle. I mean, yo, listen, man. We in the building, man. Streets want to know. You know what I mean? We're going to take a little 2-second break. Because I'm sipping, of course. Yes, I'm sipping. I'll be up here dolo just like, you know, talking my talk. Shout out to everybody that's working, man. Of course, the whole Red Hook. We got so much talent in Red Hook. I'm trying to, this year, I'm trying to get everybody from Red Hook locked in. Every artist that's really out here moving. I'm not saying, oh, you doing, if you shooting all your videos in Coffee Park, don't even hit me up. I'm talking about the ones that's moving. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all out there because y'all working. But if I saw you and you shot 16 videos and they all by the swimming pool in Red Hook, I don't even want to talk to you. I'm talking about the ones that's going to move and shake. We going to get everybody on the show. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Crack Money. He got a whole movement out here. So, you know, we going to do some things, man. Streets want to know, man. We in the building. We be right back, man. Oh man, we back. I told you the homie was in the building. He was gonna pull up and show some love and tell us what he had going on. Because like I told y'all, he made a transition from where he was before to where he at now. So of course you got to introduce yourselves to the people because my guy's in the building.
What's going on, my people? You already know this is Quay. I also go by Q the Photographer.
That's right.
So as you can see, the name is Q the Photographer. That means I'm into photography, but I also have a few different businesses, which is I also deal with the clothing business. So that's what I got going on. Also, I got a few different things coming up, meaning I'm writing my own books, I'm forming my own magazines. Also, I'm gonna get into the wine business. So
Mm.
I got a few different things
Hold
coming
on,
up.
we ain't gonna speak yet. Look,
Yes,
I know you've
indeed.
been working. So look, when I hollered at my bro, you know what I'm saying? Cause this is really my bro, you know what I mean? Real talk. This is Red Hook Love in the building. So, I see people be like, oh, when it's somebody from Red Hook, you go extra credit. He really been working though. It's a difference from the people that I see say, yo, I'm working, I'm doing X, Y, and Z, Smith, or I get a lot of different conversations from everybody from the town.
Right.
You get the same thing. But to see somebody that's really working, I see progress every step, every step, every step. Those are the people that I initially want to have on my platform because I feel like I'm in the same space. You understand what I'm saying?
Indeed.
Every time you see me, I'm just trying to climb the wall. So, what made you get into the photographer side first? Like, we just gonna start there.
All right. So what made me get into photography, to be honest, I actually learned photography in 8th grade. I got the opportunity to take a class. So that was actually a class that was in my schedule,
Okay,
in
what
eighth
school is
grade.
this?
This is Brooklyn Collaborative Studies, which is considered the old 142.
Ah,
Right.
okay, okay, okay.
So everything developed in there in that school particularly. And like I said, I got the opportunity to take the photography class in 8th grade,
Right.
which I learned photography the original way, meaning having to develop photos in the dark room, having to use particular
So,
liquids to
like,
develop the photos.
I don't want to cut you off. I want you to
You
finish.
go.
But like, when you watch a movie and they put the pictures like up.
Yeah, you
Okay.
gotta hang the photo up to develop it.
Right.
But before you do that, you gotta put it in a particular liquid, so that liquid can help the photo develop clear. So yeah,
Wow.
it's definitely something exciting once you learn that part of it. So that's how I learned it in 8th grade.
But I mean, did you
That's how
initially
I got
want
into
to
it.
try it, or was just something like, let me see what this about?
Like I said, I had a class, so
Right.
that
Yeah.
class was in my schedule. But once I started to see the art of
Right. Right.
photography, I
Right. Right.
fell more in love with it. I'm like, you could see a lot through photos.
Right.
A photo could speak a lot of value. So once I started to see that point of view and
Right.
see
Right.
that I
Right.
could just take pictures and then develop the photo, and then it's like you took it from an object to then see it with your own eyes and the development and the reality of it. It made me love it more. So that's what made me
Just
stick
like
with
the
it.
visualized part of it.
Yeah, and
Ah.
the message with it, because I feel like certain things with a camera you won't see with your eyes. So that was another thing with it, and that's what made me
Explain that.
stick
What you
with it.
mean? Like elaborate on that.
So it's like, for example, like sometimes like with your eyes you can't see everything. Like certain things might be blurred to you, but with a camera and the lens actually it's like I won't call it an autocorrect, but
Right.
it catches
It brings
everything.
everying into focus.
Right, like
Okay, got you.
everything is through that lens. So
Right.
that
Right. Right.
lens is actually more clearer for some reason than people's eyesight. Like at the
That's
end of the
crazy.
day, like that's how, and that's why you see a lot of lenses when you shoot photography. They know how to autocorrect better. They know how to adapt the
Right.
particular objects more
Right.
than
Right.
somebody's
Right.
eyes. So you see things different. You do a headshot, prime example, which is considered a portrait. You might won't realize eye to eye, like eyesight to eyesight, that somebody might got like a beauty mark, but in that picture you might see that, and you be like, oh, that's small.
That clarity.
Yeah.
Okay, something that minuscule. You like, I could pick this apart and correct it.
Yes. Even
Oh.
sometimes when you shoot landscape, prime example,
Mhm.
you might, from your eyesight, the sky might look different, but through that lens, it might be a different color. You might see the clouds different. You might see little things that you can't see with your eye, because your eye is, sometimes people eyesight is not, you know, 2020 vision.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like,
Absolutely.
with that lens though, you might be like, oh, I didn't know the sky changed colors like that,
Right.
or I
Right.
didn't
Right.
know this cloud was developing like
Right.
this. So you see different things.
Ah, that's dope. That's dope. That's dope. So I mean, you started to take it as like a full-time profession too.
Yes. After a
Okay.
while, but so like I said, I learned that in 8th grade. After 8th grade, I wound up investing in the camera,
Right.
which is my first camera. It was the P 500, which is a Canon.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I started with that,
I'm familiar.
and then I moved forward from there.
So when you basically got out, like, I'm asking as far as people. It's a young kid. They watching you. They on your page.
Right.
Whether you believe it or not.
Right.
I've experienced it. They're
Uh-huh.
watching what you're doing.
Yes, indeed.
And they saying, damn, I like to take pictures. I like the way, eventually I want to go as far as directing.
Correct.
Because playing with that camera is endless opportunities.
Yes.
Right? When you took your first picture, what can you say is the first experience for you using the camera and saying, this is what I want to do?
Well, as far as from the 8th grade experience or just from in general?
Just in general. Like, all right, so after you went to school for it, you started to see that you like it as a profession.
Right.
Okay, cool. People are calling you, maybe it's a wedding, a gender reveal, whatever. What was it that made you say, I want to do this?
To be honest, I wasn't really getting events like that. What started it out was me just being in the neighborhood, which is in Red Hook,
Shout out to
being
Red Hook.
being in the neighborhood. Shout out to Red Hook,
That's
know.
right, that's
It's
right.
the hometown.
That's right.
you
Red Hook
know?
all day, every day.
Yes, indeed. It started out for me just bringing the camera out, and then I was starting to take pictures just of a few people, and I seen the excitement of them. Like, yo, that's crazy. Look how I'm looking. Nah, hold on, catch it from this angle. And I had a particular lens on that P1500,
Right.
which the length of it could go very far. So when people seen the range of this photo and it's still neat, they're like, yo, that's crazy. So then that's how it started with just getting the feedback from just taking pictures, and people like, yo, Quay, you got an eye. Keep going. Keep going, keep going.
Because, I tell people, for me, it's like, when I got back to Red Hook, I bounced around for a little while, but when, God bless her, then my grandmother passed and I was able to move back to Red Hook, I was able to get her apartment.
Right.
And when I got back in the neighborhood, I saw it's so much history there that you could draw from. So when I was rapping, I was doing it as a hobby. Shout out to Hustle Jum. My man Jumma was like, yo, bro, you could really tell, like, if you tell this story, like when I used to rap, I used to sprinkle things in.
Right.
He was like, bro, if you really tell our story from the projects, I don't think, the world's gonna love it, because it's like this story has never been told, especially the way you're telling it.
You're right.
So what I'm saying that to say, you can draw so much from just going back home.
Nah, correct. Absolutely. Because that's where you start. So sometimes, in the majority of the time, a lot of people seen you grow. So they know like it's like a plant. It's like they seen
Right.
that plant get watered and blossom into a certain person.
Absolutely.
So sometimes you gotta hit the roots to say, yo, what do you know about this person? Oh, nah, he's great people. They kind of
Right.
give that type of feedback to people to say, this is how he started. He always had an eye. So sometimes you gotta start from the roots.
So all right, so let's just fast forward a little bit. What experience you had with your camera to let you know, or kind of it resonated with you, like, you know what? This is my first time in this space, right?
Right.
I may have seen other photographers or people I may have YouTubed or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Just doing your research. What let you know that I could make money from this?
What let me know that I can make money from it is well, I just seen a few people just taking photos, and also let's just just to take it back, I just seen that photos was always like, it was something that you seen in magazines, it was something you seen on billboards.
Right.
So this was something that models, like, they need a photographer. So that's when I realized that money was involved in this.
Hold up, Q. Models. Yeah,
You
okay,
feel me?
yeah.
So that's when I realized it was money in it, because you got people that's looking for someone to take the photo. So that's when I said, okay, hold on. If you know how to take this photo and you know how to make it right, because you're working with somebody else, which is, collaborating, I think you could get paid for your services. It's not just as simple as we thought it was just taking a picture. Nah, if you don't catch that right angle, somebody's body language might look funny. So it was like, after a while, you learn about the art of photography, because you learn that now I got to be a little bit more detailed. I got to be a little bit more considerate of somebody else.
It's like they say, right? I could text somebody a million things, right?
Right.
But one picture speak 1,000 words.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I take one picture somewhere and they're like, oh, I know where you at. Oh, I know what your vibe was from the imagery.
Correct.
So that's big. You know what I'm saying?
As I learned that, you could take 1,000 photos, but a lot of people minimize to the one they feel is important. So that's one thing I learned. You could take 1,000 photos, but they're only gonna use, if you take 20, they're gonna use probably 5 out of 20. So, I mean, the rest of them is just gonna be there. But they might say, okay, we have a few doubles here, we have a few errors here, have a dab of blurs. So
Right,
they
right,
not,
right, right.
the top 5.
What has been your best experience in this space as far as using the camera?
Elaborate that question.
So all right, so your best experience as far as like you said, you get called to somewhere in the city, or I'm just giving you an example, and you get there and you don't really know what to expect. It's always a journey. Remember, like you're
Right.
taking pictures with a camera, and you may have took a picture of one of your favorite actors, or you know what I mean, entertainers, and I hate to say like rap or music. I'm just
Right.
saying entertainer in any space. Somebody that speaks to the people. What has been your best experience? Was it you capture a couple walking in Central Park and you're like, damn, this was like life, you know what I'm saying, captivating?
Great
Almost.
question. I think one of my best moments, or I'm gonna be honest, it was just I had a few different shoots that meant something, but at the same time, I just like the fact that just snapping the people. Like after a while, I've learned that
Just
my
the-
photography
Right. It's
was
just
more about expressions, lifestyle,
Right.
portrait, and urban.
right.
So it wasn't really like there's a lot of moments, or there's also a few important moments, but I felt like just snapping people and seeing their expressions. That's what really made me just like that was
It
my
drives
moments.
you, right? It
Yeah, so
drives you. Yeah.
it wasn't really no specific moment.
Mhm.
It was more about just catching people being more expressive and being them, but also being different where they could say, yo, I need to start smiling often. Yeah, show that smile.
Right. That's what I'm
So
saying. Right.
yeah, so
So I see. Maybe I made it specific to one event when
right.
I should have just said when you taking a bunch of photos. What catches you? What makes you feel like damn, like I'm I'm doing a disservice to the people. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's that moment for you when you take a picture? Is it somebody like,
It's the
damn,
it's
I
their
need to
reaction.
smell it's their reaction.
It's their
It's their
reaction
reaction.
because I feel like a lot of people sometimes become self-conscious, and they also doubt themselves. They don't believe that they look good, and a lot of people battle with that. So that's why you see like they use other accessories to
Right.
make them look good.
Right.
And when you catch their flaws before the beauty, it's different. You know,
Like me, I hate pictures.
right?
I don't think I'm photogenic. But I tell people what I learned about taking pictures of yourself is your imperfections are your perfection.
Absolutely, I agree.
Because it makes you different. Yeah, I stand out maybe in this right, or I don't think this look good, but the world might say that's what makes Smitto Smitto.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I come do interviews, like I it's crazy because I feel like our experiences are one and the same, being where we come from.
Right.
Only difference is I'm behind the camera speaking and you behind the camera.
you're right.
You see what I'm saying? So I look at your experience and say to myself, I tell people, what makes me want to do podcasting for when I do music? I'm always gonna do music. That was my hobby.
Absolutely.
But what podcasting is, I feel like it's therapy. I may talk
Yeah.
to you, and it's something I'm going through that I may not be expressing that I could get out just talking.
Right. I feel like that's dope. Podcasting, like you said, is therapy. Also, I just like the form of one-on-one dialogue, and also it's community, it's unity, it's connection
Exactly.
with humanity.
Exactly.
So that to me is very important because, even if people not going to therapy, like a therapist direct, they
Right.
have a communication key to where they could vent. So
Exactly.
I think it's a great source,
Absolutely.
great opportunity for people.
That's why I tell people, especially when I know you're doing something in a space and I know it's hard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I tell people, I did this for years, just even sprinkling around the underground.
Yes.
It's hard. It's not easy, and it's not supposed to be. But I always tell people the process is gonna give you endless information. It's almost like the internet.
Right.
You
Yeah.
can find anything online. That's the process of what you're going through. That's what I'm saying. You was going into wine and clothing. I'm saying this all started from you learning photography.
Indeed.
You see how crazy that is? Life is
Yeah.
crazy in that way, bro. It's
Yeah.
it's still a mystery to me because I'm like, yo, I really started this from God bless his soul. I would see Bug or I would see one of the homies and be like, yo, how you think this sound? Shout out to Freaky Leak.
Mhm.
Shout out to Boomer and Freaky Leak because I'm gonna keep it real. Boomer and Freaky Leak was the first two people I would run up on and go, yo, how this sound?
Right.
They both named me Smitto.
That's dope.
It was Smitty before. They used to call me from, like, if I'm walking towards the flag and they would see me and they coming off the rain, Smitto! They would
Right.
say it like they yelled it.
Yeah.
And then I just changed it.
Just changed it.
You
Yeah.
know, if I understood what it meant. That's when you see me at Red Hook, you know me from that.
Right.
Yo, that's Smitto, that's Smitto. So I always give them the credit because I would say, yo, boom, come here. How this sound? If they said it wasn't good, I wasn't spitting it. I don't care if Funkmaster Flex, I don't care if Jay-Z said I like that verse.
Right. Nah, because you got to think about it.
If they didn't approve it in the projects,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't gonna fly for me.
Nah, I agree. I was gonna say you got to think about it because like you got to know where your support come from first. Because for somebody else to support
Exactly.
you, it comes from your home.
Of course.
You know, so
That's the best critics you can have.
Yeah.
Cause you know, like I know, niggas at Red could tell you, man, that shit is trash,
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
They not gonna cut no corners.
They're not, yeah, they definitely not.
They not. They don't
So-
care if you live on the 5th floor and I'm on the 3rd.
Yeah,
Nigga, that shit is doo-doo. If
Yeah.
you sucked in the playing ball in the project, you know what it
you
was.
was trash.
You was trash.
Indeed.
So, you know what
I
I'm
be
saying?
knowing. I be knowing. Like you said, it start from the home. It start from your peoples.
Right.
You feel me? So, cause even if they, even if they don't know nothing about it, you also exposing them to it. So they like, yo, this is different than me. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I see something in this, but I don't like the way this look.
Exactly.
And that's where you gonna, same thing with the music.
Right.
I like I hear the message. I hear the beat.
Right.
But maybe need to slow down. You feel what I'm saying? So
Right.
you're gonna hear certain errors. So that's how you learn your mistakes and you move forward.
So one quick question before we move on. Do you look at photography as more like, even though you monetize, you make money from it,
Right.
is you looking at it like this is just my hobby or it's my career?
And that's my career. This is lifetime right here.
Okay, got
I
you.
feel like photography, it changes the word. It changes the narrative. It gives you reality. It's like when you take history
Crazy.
pictures, it gives you reality. That's
Absolutely.
documented.
Yep, forever.
So, yeah, it can't be a hobby, because a hobby is something you do for fun. You run out, and then once you that, you got to really think of something else. I feel like photography is worldwide. You could really connect
Damn.
with somebody,
No, that's deep. That's deep.
worldwide. So it's a lifetime.
Yeah, I'm getting a little older, so my shit take a little longer to register. But I'm just thinking about like some of the books. See, people don't know. I want y'all to understand too. This really my guy. So like, even when we on Instagram, we share knowledge. Like he'll send me a
That's a
book.
fact.
You ever read this, bro? We'll go back and forth about politics, whatever. And I respect his opinion, especially being so much younger than me. You know what I'm saying? Because it gives people the insight to know what these young dudes in the world at your age right now is experienced, as opposed to what I've experienced to get to this age.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I always value your opinion when you be like, yo, big bro, what you think about this or what you think about that? Because I don't have all the information.
Yeah. That's why. Yeah. Knowledge is beautiful. That's the thing about knowledge. Like it don't never end.
Right.
Some people
Right.
limit themselves. So that's
Absolutely.
why I always appreciate the knowledge you give. If I don't know something, then I'm asking. You see
Right.
that?
No, absolutely. But as opposed, I may say, yo, bro, check this book out.
Yeah.
And just the pictures in the imagery. I'm thinking about the pictures
Right.
from the book. That picture gonna be here forever.
Forever. Yeah, you can't ever change the cover. It's gonna take a lot for a person to do that. Like you can't, like, this is the book people knew for years. How you gonna change that?
Right.
That's the symbol.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's a symbol. That's a fact.
Like why you think they barely, if you ever look at like on a Windows, they never changed that picture in the back.
Damn, you 100%.
When you open
Yeah.
Windows, that
That shit
green,
is just-
that
yup.
green with the blue, yeah.
Yep, that's a fact. Like you said, it's a symbol. That's what represents Windows.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. Wow. All right, man. So, like I said, this my boy Q, man.
Let's get it.
You know what I'm saying? Photograph Genius. I think he should change his Instagram name to Photograph Genius. Because to come out the mud and make, we come from Red Hook, so when you take photos of the mud and people that's in the struggle and you can make that shit into gold roses, that's different.
That's different. Yeah.
See?
That's
I
different.
said, I knew you would like that.
I like that. I do.
Yeah,
I do.
I said, I like
That's
that.
definitely different.
Cue the Photograph Genius. We gonna hold on to that. But this journey that photography has took you on, you said wine. You want to get into wine. Let's talk
Right.
about that.
Well, ever since I started drinking wine, I'm like, wine is just something good. But also, I realized that wine, depending on what type of wine you drink, is healthy. You see a lot of people drink it on more special occasions. So that's why I felt like wine was something after a while. I was like, hold on, let me try to get into this business.
Right.
Because it's about taste, it's about feel, it's about conversation. I feel like wine give you different feels. It give you it helps you express. So also it's just something more healthier for the heart, depending on what you're drinking. But it's
That I
definitely
know.
something good.
That I know because even if a pregnant woman
They
has
could
sick
even
have,
drink,
they could
a
even drink.
glass of wine or two.
Yup, that's a
So,
fact.
and
Right.
it goes, it's definitely something. It's like dressing up.
My mom's was drinking Coke 45.
It's like a
we
coordinate.
ain't gonna go there. We ain't gonna go there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So
Shout out
wine
to
is
Mama
different.
Love. Like I know.
It's like a coordinate, where, basically wine could go with steak. It's like an outfit, like what you want to drink, what kind of wine you want
Right.
to drink with this food,
Nice.
so.
See, and that's crazy. Yo, bro, that's crazy for you at your age to know so much about wine though.
Yeah, I ain't gonna front, I'm still learning though. I'm still learning.
Now it's always room to grow, but somebody at your age, like nigga, I went and got her some Patron.
Right. Yeah.
But
I just told myself before I get into it, just learning more about it.
right.
But at the same time, I'm putting in, the work to get there. So,
Okay.
it's about patience. It's about patience.
And the clothing.
The clothing, all right, so that's crazy.
You ain't bring me no clothes?
I gotta
I'm a plus size nigga. Hold on. I'm not hiding nothing.
Nah, I got you.
Yeah.
You already know it's always
like
love. It's
2X
always
boy,
love. I always got something.
Yeah.
The clothing is crazy because the clothing idea really started from me wanting to do a kids magazine, which I'm still focused on. But I
Okay.
had to think about the bigger picture, like as far as I can't have these kids model other people's clothing. I could get sued for that. So something told me, yo, Quay, maybe you should start a clothing line. But the way it got to the point
got you.
where
Okay.
it became something that developed into for kids and adults,
Right.
was that I had to see like how I was gonna start off. So I did start out with adults more because I said adults usually purchase more before they get it for kids. They gotta like it first.
Absolutely.
So the crazy part about that was I came up with this creative idea, which is my chain piece, and I had this since a kid, so it's custom, and it's the hands holding the world, but it's a Africa in the middle. So that's the motherland.
Right, absolutely.
And I just put it in the world is yours and ours. But the way I did it, I had my first design. It said the world is yours and ours, but it had the hands holding the world, but the hands was like a Y also. So I made it creative where it said yours and then it also said ours. It was like a separation with it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got you. I like that.
So that's
I like
how I
that.
started
The
with that.
originals. I like that.
Yeah, I started with that, and then that's how that clothing part came upon. To be honest, it really was. It was really for the kids'
Do
magazine.
you have like did you already start creating like pieces?
What you mean?
Like maybe a t-shirt, a sweater?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
You got inventory already.
Yeah, I've been doing this since 2016.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
So this has been going on since 2016.
Damn, I'm getting old, Taz. You hear this shit?
Yeah. So the photography I've been doing for 13 plus
Right.
years, and then the clothing I did at least since 2016. So it's about 7 years now.
Damn. You been bro. I told you I've been watching. I said, bro, what I tell you all the time.
6 years.
Keep going. Keep going. You could, because I tell people the reason why a lot of people don't get to where they want to go, I'm chasing my dream, it's taking so long. Or, I'm tired. I've been doing this for long. I'm like, you trying to skip the process.
Yeah, that's the
It's
problem.
a process.
It is a process.
It's a process. I just said today officially, I've been on doing podcasting and radio for 8 years now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You see what I'm saying?
But you see, like you said, the progress become fun. It become
I
fun.
be having a ball.
Yeah, it become
I
fun.
be having a ball, my nigga.
Cause I feel like when a person get to where they want to be, sometimes the grass ain't always green on the other side. And what I mean by that is like it's not about saying like, once you make it to a certain point, you have the perfect life. But at the same time, you start to say, hold on, before I got to this point, everything just seemed a little bit more genuine. Now everything seemed like, what could I get from this?
Exactly.
It
Right,
becomes
right.
a complication.
Right, yeah. Because when it's key players and it's the business.
Right.
Business taint a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Because I would take podcasting over music and people were like, what? You was nice rapping or you had that hunger.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, dealing with the business, you don't understand how treacherous that shit is as opposed to me owning my content.
Yeah.
And saying, I could interview people that I feel like is like-minded.
See, that's the amazing part about it, though. The key thing you said was owning my content. You feel me? Because, like, you see the way the industry is nowadays, you be like, you'd have been like, I don't want to be in this right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yo, bro, it discourages you. I don't
right,
care how good you are.
right.
They had every artist that we see at the top of or at the pinnacle of their career, they always discourage at some point because the industry will taint you
Yeah.
if you don't own something.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
think Jay-Z would have bowed out years ago if he did not
own something.
own something. You know what I'm
Correct.
saying? Whether it was part of Rockefeller, whether it was he would have been like, I'm good. I made money. Fuck it.
Because I feel like at that point, certain people don't really worry about their image too much.
Exactly.
So I think Hove didn't really worry about his image.
Nah, he didn't care about that.
Yeah.
He was a hustler. He really came in to get some money.
Right.
If he didn't own nothing, he would have been like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Remember, he was trying to retire the first time. What was it, at the volume 2 or something
Right.
like that? Then it was the Black Album. Then, because he started to own more. He's
Yeah.
like, I'll put out more music. Bro, it's the same thing with this. Like, I own this.
Right.
So it's like, I could do this for the rest of my life.
And I feel
own
like with this, like you said, owning your content, this is something that I could always see long term. You could expand with this. You could travel with this. You could say, I want to move to another country and start something new.
Absolutely.
You could start this in Africa, in the motherland.
Because first of all, it starts with you, right?
Right.
You're a content creator because, like you said, it's conversation.
Right.
It's therapy. I always look at this as therapy.
Yes.
Like today, I'm gonna leave this conversation and go, Q taught me this, and that.
Right.
Right? So the next interview I have with somebody, I could implement those same things. Like, this is a route you might want to take because my young boss said, or he had a visual for this, and he went along this process instead of trying to take. This may be too hard.
Right.
Try this.
Yeah.
You see how well, like you said, dialogue is. You see how well you trade with somebody in this. It's crazy.
It's beautiful.
Bro. Like, man.
It's beautiful. That's why they say.
I personally am proud of you, my nigga.
Appreciate you.
Like I said, I talk to you on a regular, but it's different when you watching. I'm
Yeah.
up close watching you.
Yeah.
So it's like, damn, my son working.
Gotta
You know
get
what I'm
it in,
saying?
man.
Our son working.
Gotta
And
get
like
it
you
in.
said, and with you, I see years about the money, but that's not the focus.
Nah.
You don't circle everything you do around the money. So nobody really knows what you playing with. I may know more than
Yeah,
the others because,
than
like
others.
I said, we speak.
You speak.
Right. But you never make it about just the paper.
Nah, yeah, because the money, the money could take you away from yourself, and then it makes you not love what you're doing because you're not getting paid for it. But don't get the money is an important factor. It's just not that important as for what you're creating. Because it's like, like I always tell people, there's a difference between wealthy and rich. You could be wealthy and have nothing, but you own something. So it's like you could have a bunch of land and somebody might say, what you got going on? You might don't have the money at the moment. But the wealth, somebody could use your property and you can make the money. Compared to, being rich, but you don't own nothing. That a person that you're trying to rent from could tell you, listen, I told you we can't do this, or you're not following the instructions that I gave you, then you can't use this. So now your money don't even matter.
Of course not.
You
Your
feel me?
money means nothing.
Right.
You can't even use it.
So
And that's why I tell people all the time, money is really a tool.
yeah, it is.
It's just like a vehicle. It's how you drive it.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? You can have your car for 2 years or 10 years.
Right.
Money's the same way.
I highly agree.
You know what I'm saying?
They
Like,
come and go.
now, like I said, you also, we jumping around, but I want people to understand everything that, you got a pot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Your hand is in each part of the pot. You got a book you working on.
Yeah, a few of them. But I'm starting out right now. The book that I'm starting out with, my first book, I'm definitely gonna bring out is called Perspective versus Reality, which is based on how people's perspective.
versus reality.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
It's gonna be based on how people's perspective battle with reality, meaning things we can't change. So how people think prospectively, they still battle with things that they can't change due to society. Like, or certain things that can't change regardless of how you see it. So it's like, prime example. I say like racism that never ends.
Huh. Yeah.
So your perspective of like race, religion, whatever, things don't end because you had your perspective.
Damn. You right? No. Yeah.
Things don't change.
Right. No matter how you think you could, you may see it, you try to see it differently, or you want it to be different.
They don't
Because a
be
lot
care.
of that
Yeah.
too is us. We want to shape our reality to what we see, right?
Right.
Like, all right, this is we of course we say what they can't studios, but I may say, it's too much black in here.
Yeah.
I can't change nothing.
Right.
This is just what it is.
Like overall, you can't change the thought of that. Like,
Right.
but you could change
vision was-
you could change the perspective though.
Right.
The perspective. Like you could have your own opinion, but you can't change the thought of racism. Like that's the key thing. You can't change racism. Because you could have a bunch of speeches. You could talk very well. You just one out of how much they think is ignorant. So
especially with that topic,
yeah,
because that's something we ain't gonna never get away from.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You dealing with culture, creed, nationality, etc., etc.
Right.
I've seen people that be like, I'm not racist, but you did something racist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They don't understand it.
And they don't understand it,
Right.
right? Like you made a racist act, but you sit here saying, I'm not racist.
Right.
So that's a topic that's very touchy.
So that was just one of the topics, that was just like, that might definitely get touched on. Also it was about gender roles, on how, men and women collab. They got their different perspectives on their roles, but the reality of it is these genders have particular roles, and they really just want equality too. So that's the reality of it. It's about the equality, but the perspective is like, this is how I am. This is how I am. This is what I could do as this. I could do this as that. It shouldn't even matter.
It's just like
about the role.
Let's
the
go
gender.
back to photography for 1 second.
Yeah.
Then I want to get into something else before we get out of here.
Mhm.
You're a photographer, right? So you get called to a let's say a wedding reception,
Okay.
and it's 2 women or 2 men.
Mhm.
You're not. I know you like I know myself.
Right.
We're gonna put out our own personal feelings to what we may think or not think, because I don't really care.
Right.
I'm looking for the beauty of the room.
Right.
So if I interview 2 dudes and they tell me, yeah, we in a relationship, yo, congratulations.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we live in a society today that those things get looked down on,
Right.
right? But so does the people that tell our people, you know what I'm saying, people of color, oh, well, get over it. But they'll tell another race of people, never forget.
Right.
But they tell people, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
that
Get
of
over
our nationality, our, you know what I'm saying, background, to get over it.
Right.
We still talking about this. Come on. Slavery.
Right.
Come on. You know what I'm saying? You know how crazy
You hear
it is?
people. I heard people say that. Like,
I've heard people be like, come on, slavery still. Like, I'm like, yes,
slavery still.
slavery still. It ain't like we out of it.
It ain't end. It's just different.
Exactly. So
it's getting.
So you as a photographer, when you get in those moments, and it's like I said, it may be 2 women getting married. You never got the memo.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you're not going there with the judgmental eye.
Nah.
You're looking at it for what it is. And that's what you mean about perspective. Yeah, I see it this way, but that don't mean I could change it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Because
saying?
basically you can't change that. Love is love. That's what they feel. You can't change that situation.
Exactly.
That's just what it is.
That's why I tell people, you know, you still gay bashing in 2022. It's something wrong with you.
Right.
It's something wrong with you.
Right.
You gay bashing, you saying this, fag that, fag. You ain't grow up yet to me. That's how I personally feel.
Right.
And I'm a nigga from outside.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, we came too far now for you to think you got the right to point the finger.
Yeah, nah. I mean, like I always tell people, it's never about shaming somebody else. It's never about judging somebody else.
Exactly.
I believe in this, right?
Because you still gonna take that photo.
Yeah. I believe in this. You know, you gotta always, 9 times out of 10 in situations, you could respect what somebody do, but don't have to accept what somebody do. And that's the difference.
Damn, I
you
like
know.
that.
Because
So I could respect that this football team lost
right.
or this football team won.
Right.
I didn't like how they win.
Yeah.
You
You don't
understand?
gotta accept it. You just gotta respect it.
I gotta respect.
You know,
it.
like
I gotta
like
respect
if
it.
somebody got to
I
a
gotta
certain
respect
point in
Tom
their
Brady
life-
lost,
Right.
but he's still a GOAT.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So you know, like you respecting the fact that he lost, but you don't gotta accept the fact that he lost. So it's a difference, you know, because
Y'all hear this?
you could still feel
I like
mad.
that.
You could still say y'all mad about that he
Right,
lost,
right,
but I
right.
gotta respect that because it happened.
Exactly.
Can't do nothing about it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It happened already.
One thing I tell people is no matter on a small scale, big scale, because when they look at social media, they always wanna try to, you know, make it more than it is. I tell people, I don't care if you take a picture in a bathroom hugging your children.
Right.
That's a part of your history. It's not
Yeah.
gonna change. Nothing's gonna change about that.
Nah.
That matters. Don't think because you didn't give 200,000 likes that it don't matter.
Nah, I feel like majority of things matter. You know, so I do give it a percentage. You know, when it comes to certain things, especially what's displayed on social media,
Mm-hmm.
because I always tell people, you know, work in private and build yourself in private to present well in public. You know,
Say that again. Say that
work
again.
in private and build in private to present yourself well in public.
Damn.
Because I feel like people are doing the opposite.
Tassin, woo! That boy came up here with Jews. You heard?
Feel me? People doing the opposite. You know, they
That's
trying
a fact,
to get
though, bro.
they trying to get the likes from
Work
others.
in private and build in private to present yourself well in public. Wow.
Yeah. Cause you see it all the time on social media. You know, people come on there to get an answer, they get the feedback, and then they get off of it, and then basically they ain't building themselves in private. So they did the opposite. They trying to build themselves in public, in which building yourself in public is when you getting the likes, the feedback. Oh, I bet people commenting, but then you get off this shit. You like, yo, I'm depressed.
Yes.
So you did the
Absolutely.
opposite. You ain't build
Absolutely.
yourself. So
Yeah, I agree.
we could, like, social media could destruct you quickly. It only takes a few comments or from probably one person that you might expect not to say that comment to hurt your whole feeling.
Destroy you.
Yeah.
I've had fake pages be like, you some of a, and I've seen people just fall into pieces. Like, this ain't even a real person being real and showing themselves. You understand
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
But you know why I
Like-
hurt? You know why I could hurt people? Is because sometimes it could be truth. And regardless if this person don't know you, somebody might could see a female, prime example. We're going to talk about just a woman, or we could get the men too. But just
Right.
say if a woman is on there always showing her ass. Boom. Somebody might say, yo, sure, that's all you do. Like, what else could you present?
Absolutely.
That might hurt
Read
her
a book.
feelings.
Read
Right.
a book.
Show her something different.
Mary had a little lamb.
You feel me?
Right.
So that might hurt her feelings because after a while, she might look at it and say, damn, I don't know this person, but they told me something that I
Something that
didn't
hit a
expect.
nerve, right?
Right.
That
Same
hit a
thing
nerve,
with
right.
same thing with fellas. You feel what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, like somebody could be, like you said, they could be a rapper, but they promoting their music, and somebody be like, yo, like you talk about the same shit, bro. Your flow the same.
You trash. Yo, no, I gotta say this.
That might hurt your
You
feelings.
really trash. Nah, a lot of y'all that's rapping. Do y'all realize we need more plumbers? We on our way out of here. We about to get
Yeah.
out of here. We gonna wrap this up.
Definitely.
We definitely gonna get a part 2 with
Definitely,
Q because he
definitely.
has so much working. You know what I'm saying? I definitely want to get you, bro, to come up here like I told you and be a celebrity guest host with me.
Sure.
And we'll interview somebody else.
Cool.
You
I'm
know what
with
I'm
it.
saying? Yeah.
That's fire.
So, but to the artists out there, we need more firemen.
Nah, we definitely do. We need people to think outside the box.
Everybody can't be, you don't have to be a rapper, bro. Especially when you trash, bro. Like,
Definitely. I agree.
man, Q, listen, I appreciate you. Give me your Instagram handles, or your social media handles real quick.
Well, you can find me on Instagram at Q the Photographer,
That's right.
QDAPHOTOGRAPHER. You can find me on my photography page also at QDAPHOTOGRAPHY. Also, my clothing page.
That's
you
right.
can also find it at World Is Yours and Ours, which is all together. So WORLDISANDOURS.
Right. And of course, you can find me. I only got an Instagram because they always watching me. I don't really care about nothing else. Of course, Dustradamus _ SWK, man. Streets want to know. Podcasting is my world. And Q, man, bro, I appreciate you. Love
Appreciate
for
you
this,
more,
man.
man. Love you more.
That's right, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Red Hook Love.
Let's get it.
Q will be back. You heard?
Uh-huh.
Tune in. Streets want to know only on WeSayWhatTheyCan't.com.
Let's get it.
100.